Good evening, I'm TerryTopCat. We are at the Grace. It's Tuesday, the 4th of February, and I'm with this wonderful band, Ramkot from Belgium. I'm going to pass the mic, and they're going to introduce each other to us.
Hi, my name is Tim, and I do vocals and guitars.
And I'm Tom, and I'm the drummer of the band.
And I'm Hannes, I'm the bass player and also the vocalist.
Lovely to meet you guys, and I want to say thank you to Simon for your management company and yourself. I was liaising with you, Tim. So you've played the 1,000 Trees Festival before in the UK, but this is your first UK club tour. So you've already played Southend. Tell us what other venues you're going to play on this little mini club tour, Tim.
I think we're gonna do the Tekla in Bristol, the Bodega in Nottingham. Gonna take a quick look. Sorry, the Phoenix in Exeter. Is it Exeter or Exeter? Exeter, yeah. And then last but not least, the Club for Bach in
Cardiff.
In Cardiff, yeah. That's it.
A great city that loves music as well.
Yeah, well, we're really hoping so.
So it's really great to meet you. So tell us so you formed about 2018 and you're from Ghent. So tell us how different that is, Tom, to other main cities like Bruges and Brussels and Antwerp. So tell us about Ghent and how and obviously you're brothers and you went to school with Hannes, is that right? Yeah. Or one of you went to school. So tell us how your band formed and how you developed your sound.
Ghent is a small city, but there are lots of clubs and musical venues. So it's a really musical city. As you said, Tim and I, we are brothers, and Hannes and Tim went to school together. And in 2017, 18, I think, something like that, Hannes and we had some musical projects, and Tim didn't have a musical project, and then he asked me and Hannes to start a band because actually the three of us, we are guitar players in the first place. So Hannes also plays guitar, and before I was a drummer, I played guitar. And Tim knew that Hannes once wanted to play bass in the band, and at that time already played the drums. So he just asked to play together. Hannes rented some gear from friends at that time. I played on a drum kit that I was also using from some friends. And so we developed some sounds and we came together every week, 2 times a week. And then we started writing songs. And I think the most important thing in the beginning, we didn't want to play live too fast. We really want to make a sound first, and we really want to explore what Ramkot could be. That's how it all started.
Thank you. And Hannes, so please explain to us where the name comes from, or does it mean anything at all?
It means whatever you want, but for us, the choice of Ramkot came from Tom, because he went to Nepal for like a long time, I think for a year or so, to do some volunteering work. And Yeah, he stayed in a city called Ramkot, and it just sounded amazing because in our language, Dutch, ram has like a couple of meanings. One of the meanings is like rammen is like punching somebody, and kot is like a small place, like a cottage or something. So Ramkot doesn't mean anything in Dutch, but it just sounded really to the point, really focused, really, yeah, it just sounded amazing. And Tom came with the idea to call ourselves Ramkot, and we just went with it. There was no question. There was no second option. It was just Ramkot from the beginning, and it stuck with us.
Fantastic. So you said, Tom, that you didn't do many live shows at the beginning, and you were just trying to find your sound. So Tim, as you do the main vocals, and I presume you all write together when you jam in a room, you come up with different parts of the song, or come up with a melody. So tell us, the first, so you released, is it the Red EP?
Yeah.
That first came out before your debut album. So tell us, what was the initial reaction when you first came out, and what the Belgian music scene's like, not just Ghent? So obviously you must have played other cities other than Ghent to get a bigger audience.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but the Belgian music scene has a really specific sound compared to other countries, which is normal, but it has something dirty and really weird to it. Even if you have the other cities which aren't that far apart from each other, like Antwerp and Hasselt and Bruges. Every city has its sound and its bands. Like you have Deus in Antwerp and Millionaire and the Sore Losers in Limburg. And in Ghent you have Soulwax and us and like really a lot of bands. And they all have like their sound, but they all have like a really dirtiness. And I think that's the Belgium sound. You can probably compare it to the clubs and to the venues in Ghent. Like Charlatan is a really famous venue because like Nirvana played there when they were small, little beginning band. Yeah, it's a really dirty place. It smells awful.
Fans of Nirvana as well.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, who isn't?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. It's not that, it doesn't sound that great to put it like that. Yeah. Anyone has anything to say?
Yeah, maybe dirty is a good word to describe the Belgian sound, but maybe also unconventional. Like I think lots of bands like Deus, like Soulwax, just do unconventional things. Like Soulwax started out as a rock band, but now they are really into the electronical kind of music. And like also Deus, their songwriting is like really different from other bands. Like it's not verse, chorus, bridge. It's like really strange structural things, combining different elements like violins into a weird rock song. And I think that's what Tim also means with like dirty, because like the unconventional sounds and unconventional songwriting results in something dirty, something funky, and that's what we also like to do in our music, like change rhythm. Also with the new record we try to do something different, like we're exploring different sounds, like more mellow songs for the first time, and that's something that is a cultural thing in Belgium, I think. So yeah, we're really proud to be Belgian musicians, actually.
Thank you. That's a great explanation. So tell us, which one of you two are producers? I think two of you are producers, are you?
That's Tim and Hannes.
So with the first album, and tell us what it's called, and you produced it yourself, you engineer, or you mixed it. So who would like to answer that question? There you go. Thank
Yes. Yeah, the first album, In Between Borderlines, was released in 2023.
Yep.
And we obviously wrote the songs ourselves. We had a friend who engineered the records together with the three of us. We produced it ourselves, and I mixed the records. So it was fun.
Nice studio that you recorded it in.
Yeah, it's called Number 9 Studios. It's also in Ghent, and it's an amazing studio with lots of insane equipment. So yeah, lovely studio to record in, and we're still really proud of our first record. But with Rosa, our latest record, we felt like we wanted to try something else, because yeah, we had done a record ourselves as producers and mixers, so it felt like the right time to explore new grounds, and that's why we worked with Ella and Johannes, and we worked with Matthias Stahl, a friend from ours who mixed the records. But yeah, it's nice to be producers as well, because we know what we want, but we also don't want to stick to the same recipe each record. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Thank you. So Tim, please explain how you got to work with Alan Johannes, who works. This is in the Joshua Tree, and he has a lot of connections with Queen of the Stone Age and Josh Homme. So tell us how that came about. What was that? That must have been completely different for you guys to be in a different setting, like you say, no pressure with the production, and you're just free to play and write the songs. So tell us about so your latest record is Rosa. I think that came out like November last year. So tell us about Rosa. I love the video for Nowhere to Go. That's so much fun, and you got to watch it, everybody. And the great video for Zeppelin as well. So please tell us about the latest album Rosa, please.
Well, how Alan came to us is a long story. We have to go back to Hannes studied guitar and music production, and a couple of years ago we had to play a show for your education, and we played a song by Damn Crooked Vultures, which is a band with Alan Johannes and Josh Homme and Dave Grohl and John Paul Jones. And one of his teachers is Tom Lodewijks, who's a guitar player for Case Choice, another Belgian band, and they work together with Alan Johannes. So he recorded our show when we played Gummin by the Damn Crooked Vultures, and he sent it to Alan Johannes. And he replied, "Wow, that's amazing, guys." And we were like, "Wow, Alan Johannes has seen something we did," and that was like really big back then. And then a couple of years later, we were recording, or we were thinking about recording the new album, Rosa. And our manager told us to make a list of producers who we wanted to work with, and Alan was on that list, but we were like, he's way out of our league. But then, we sent him an email with, this is what we have, this is what we want to do, when we want to do it. And to make a long story short, he wanted to do it. He had time to do it. And then, he asked us, do you want me to go to Belgium, or do you want to go elsewhere? And we were, like Hannes said before, we already did an album and 2 EPs in Ghent. So we really wanted to go elsewhere and away from home, so we could go into the record and into the music. And he said, do you want to go to Joshua Tree? And we were like, yeah. Is that even a question? Like Tom always says, we pretended to think about it. And then we just, we said, we were going to do this. And he said, we were going to Rancho de la Luna. And so that's what we did. And then we recorded the album, and it was the most amazing experience. We found so much rest in the music, and I think we never enjoyed playing music as much as we did back there. And it's a completely, we're glad that it has become a completely different album than the first one. So that was the purpose, and I think we managed to do it. That's a long story short.
Thank you. So Tom, please explain to us who directed the brilliant video for Nowhere to Go, and also the amazing artwork. I know it's again artist, I can't remember his name, who did the cover for Rosa, please.
So the artwork has been made by also a friend of ours, also from Ghent. Indeed, his name is Sam Scarpula. He made the artwork when we came back from Rancho de la Luna. Only 2 days after that, with a big jet lag, we met him because he really wanted to do that, because his idea was all the expressions were fresh in our mind, and we were with him drinking some coffees and telling everything we did in the tour, everything we experienced in those 2 weeks. And then he went to his working place and made the amazing artwork that came along. And he worked together with a friend, Edward Schneider is his name. And he digitalized everything to make the LP happen. And then the new clip from the song Nowhere to Go was produced by Reina Rasti, a girlfriend from our girlfriend, also a friend of ours. And she came with the idea. Reina is the girlfriend.
The idea for the actual video.
Yeah, exactly. Because Reina is the girlfriend from Matthias Tal, the guy who mixed our album. So we did the mixing at his home, so she could hear the songs. And with that particular song, Nowhere to Go, she instantly came with the idea, the desert vibe, the Big Lebowski vibe, the Fear and Loathing Las Vegas vibe. And she asked us, can I make a video clip from the records? And we said yes. And she did everything. She fixed the costumes. The only question was, will you play in the video clip, or can we ask some real actors?
Right. Okay.
And yeah, then we decided to do it ourselves. What was the first time, and we thought it was fun, and yeah, it looks fun. So yeah, that's how it went. Yeah.
So how important is visuals to you as a band, and any plans for another single and another video? So you've released Nowhere to Go, Zeppelin. So you've got any plans to release another single with a video, and how important is visuals to you as a band?
Yeah, it's really important. I think, especially in times like these, when you have like all the social media, you have to stick out. Also visually, but let me clarify, music always comes first. But we also always had like a strong idea for each record, what we wanted to do. Like the logo we still use, like the smiley is something that always stuck with us, and we try to make it, yeah, like something recognizable. And also with the previous records, there was always a connection between the big themes of the music and the artwork. Was also with In Between Borderlines. We always worked with the 3 same colors throughout our previous recordings. Because we're a 3-piece, the smiley has 3. There's a lot of symbolism that we try to combine with the music, incorporate in the music, exactly. So that's really important to us. I think you don't need to explain everything visually what you do, but if it works, and if you feel as a musician connected to the visual interpretation of the music, people hopefully will do so as well. So that's why we think it's important. And yeah, the music videos is just always fun. The Zeppelin music video was just to show what we did in the deserts. Nowhere to Go is just a real fun thing that also really worked with it was just a coincidence to work with Reina on this project, but it's really important to us, and there's always something in the back of our minds. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this sentence.
Maybe about Hello.
But exactly, yeah. We definitely will do something special for another single from the album. I'm not going to say what yet, but Nowhere to Go is a current single, but we will do something special for the album later on. So keep an eye out.
Sure. So how important is, obviously you play in countries very near to Belgium, and they got Germany's a bigger market, and so I'm not sure about Holland. How many? So you've obviously recorded the album in America. How important is an American market? Because you obviously like a lot of American artists like Jack White, them Cricket Flu, Queens of the Stone Age. So any future plans to maybe get on a little club tour with some other bands, and tell us about some other Belgian bands for everyone, who you recommend or who's on. Also, with your management, I mean, I love Issa. She's an amazing artist, but obviously he's got Simon and the management. He's got lots of artists that he works with. So please tell everyone else who you can recommend as well, please, Tim.
Well, there are a lot of Belgian bands, a lot of great ones. I think the first one that comes to mind is maybe Sons. I really like them. They're like more garage.
SZEUS.
No, Sons. I like the son, like father and sons. Yeah, I really like their music. Steak, Brutus. Yeah, Brutus. But they're already big in UK, so they don't need a recommendation. Yeah, there are so many. Meltheads is also a really cool band. I think they played a couple of UK shows already. There are so many.
Also with your managing company, anyone that you like?
Yeah.
Play with at all, or
we're not playing with any bands of our management currently, but there are Oproer is a really cool band. Which Lightspeed is also a cool band who has the same management. There's so many. But yeah, to answer the other question, we're not currently planning to go to the States because it's really, really hard and expensive to go there.
Get visas.
Yeah, you have to arrange everything. Yeah, exactly. And we really want to go. It's a big dream to go there, but you have to plan it really good and it has to,
Yeah, only to get our gear over there. It's not payable. It's so expensive. Like also in the Rancho de la Luna for the record Rosa, we played only on the gear that was in the studio. Yeah,
okay.
we only brought some.
No favorite guitars.
No favorite guitars, but that was also nice to do. Like you had to be really open-minded to and explain yourself in a new instrument. But the other reason to play on the gear from the Rancho de la Luna was because it was not payable to take some gear to the US. So we would love to play there, but it's difficult for visa, difficult to pay it. But who knows? We will if we can arrange a tour with a band. Yeah.
I was going to ask Hannes a question.
Yeah,
so
of
one
course.
question I want to ask you, because you obviously know your music and you're really passionate about it. I can get that. And so tell us what your thoughts about as a working musician for streaming services, because you know it's hard to make a living, let alone selling the merchandise and physical copies if you have vinyl and stuff. So as a working musician, what's your thoughts on streams, Hannes?
I'm gonna be honest. The streaming services changed everything. I grew up with streaming services, so I don't know how it was before, but I think streaming services in general, not only for music, but also like Netflix for video and series, made everything so accessible and so cheap for everybody that music and art in general is just taken for granted. And that's a big problem because artists need to get paid to do their job and make music. And it just takes time and it takes money to make good music. And I think lots of people do not realize that it's a job and you need to get paid, and people should pay for the art they're using. Back in the day, you had to rent a video that costed more money, or if you wanted to listen to music, you went to a record store, you bought the records. Now you can just get a Spotify, how you call it, abonnement? Account for like $10 a month, and you get paid like 0.003 cents or what is it per play. That's like, we don't even think about streaming. Yeah, it's
everything goes way faster. Everything goes way faster.
You have to come up with new stuff like each month to get the people excited about your music. So
exactly. Yeah.
I think my message is just try to support your local bands, buy their records. That's the best way to support the merchandise as well. Yeah, that's the best way to support directly the band. Because if you stream their music, that's really nice as well. But it's just, it doesn't help for the musician to financially gain something from that. So yeah, buy your records.
Sure. And one quick question before I ask you to tell us, everybody, about where we can find you on social media. So also, we have a lot of dodgy promoters, music promoters here, so live promoters. Does that exist also in Belgium, where you at that level where, you know, they want you to sell so many tickets and they hardly give you any money to perform? Does that happen a lot in Belgium as well?
Yeah, in Belgium, lots of venues just are the promoter.
They expect you to do everything?
No, in Belgium and in the Netherlands, our main places where we do play lots of shows, it's really subsidized. So the government also gives a lot of money to the venues. So actually, we can't complain at all about the venues. We get good food. Yeah, we get decent gigs. We get good food. Maybe it's not as, maybe people don't show up as much as they used to do after COVID. It changed a little bit. It's harder to get people to come to a venue, but the promoter themselves, I think they do a great job in Belgium, and they provide good food. They provide everything we ask for. There are good sound systems, good venues. And if people come and we sell some tickets, it's a fun night.
So you mentioned COVID. What was that like for you guys? Or did it just give you an opportunity to just write more songs together?
Yeah, luckily, Tom and I used to live together or next to each other during COVID, and we had a rehearsal space in our basement or in our garage. And Hannes didn't live that far from us, so we had the opportunity we wrote the entire first album and the second EP, I think, during COVID. So that was we get to use the time we had, a lot of time. So that was handy, but yeah.
You must have missed playing live.
Yeah,
Of course.
that's the biggest thing that was missed back then. So yeah, I don't want to do it again, the COVID thing, but yeah, we used the time to write new music and to rehearse a lot, so we could be better after COVID.
Do you rehearse a lot now? What? Do you rehearse a lot now?
Yeah, we do.
That's good.
Yeah, we were so lucky to have our own rehearsal space, and we live really close to each other. So I think when we're not touring, we see each other like 3 times a week at least, and we play we rehearse like twice a week at least. Write new music all the time. So yeah, we're really lucky to have a place we can always work on new music and rehearse.
And Tom, would you like to say where everyone can find you guys, Ramkot? And thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to the gig. Where we can find you on social media, please.
Yeah, we have an Instagram page that's called Ramkot Band. Ramkot.band. Also on Facebook, and we have also a website that's
Ramkot.be.
www.ramkot.be.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you to Simon, and thank you for giving us your time, and looking forward to you rocking out. This has been TerryTopCat with Ramkot from Belgium at the Grace, Tuesday the 4th of February, and we're going to watch their amazing gig for Clusterview.com.